Hello, beautiful people. How are you guys doing today? I'm so glad to be your miss as usual, okay? And I want to believe that every one of you is doing super well, okay? Still on the Ooni Of Ife's stories that are coming out at this time. This one is actually one that will amuse you somehow, okay? So, but me, I'm saying this like another season of lamentations galore, okay? So, season of lamentation continues as Olori Ashley reportedly cries over Ooni of Ife's purported, too much attention, to Queen Naomi. Okay, you heard me well. She's said to have complained bitterly. She has cried to Kabiyesi, saying that he's overindulging Queen Naomi at this time to the detriment of herself and of other Oloris. I don't know where this is coming from. Okay, but according to the story, it is alleged that Olori actually aka Mommy Double Crown. Yes, you heard me well. She's Mommy Double Crown, right? I think that name sits so well, okay, because of the reasons you already know, okay. So Olori Ashley, aka Mommy Double Crown, was alleged to have made this lamentation when she called Kabiesi many times, with Kabiesi either without Kabiesi either picking or returning her calls. Okay, a situation she ascribed to Kabiesi's too much indulgence in Queen Naomi. In her words, this is not a reflection of the man he's married to. Okay, so when you call your husband and your husband does not pick and he does not return the call, okay, and so what? Why is she making a fuss out of this? Why is she dragging this? I really don't understand. Why is she doing this? As far as Mommy Double Crown is concerned, Kabiesi is doing too much and should not sacrifice her and other Oloris for Queen Naomi's happiness. Now, wow. I really don't understand. Is this coming out of envy or jealousy or what? Honestly. And who made her the champion that should fight for other Oloris? Why can't she just face her own business and fight for herself? Who sent her? Abby? This is what I'm asking. Who send them? Who they send on this one? Why not fight your own battles? Why bringing other Oloris to this matter, for God's sake? Okay? So she was further alleged to have continued ranting and using so many unpalatable and very disparaging expressions depicting anger and frustration, or regret, if you want to call it that way. In her words, she's not alone, as other Oloris have experienced the same fate lately. Okay, if other Oloris have experienced something like this, I mean, in our normal day life, those who have boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, husband, there are times you call your partner and it's not available. Of course, the ideal standard would be that your call will be returned. But if there's a valid reason for that, as I suspect there is in this case, why make a fuss out of it? I don't get it. Imagine who is complaining, at this time. Hmm. Well, thank God most of our listeners and keen followers of Ooni of Ife's palace stories know the true story of the emergence of some of these people, how they got into the palace. So I wouldn't go into the nitty gritty of it all because it would be, waste of time right now. But she shouldn't be the one making this kind of submission at this time, if you ask me. How about Mana? What is this now? What is this? Okay. So, but did Ooni of Ife actually ignore her call intentionally? Do you think he did that on purpose? Could there be a reason for that? But knowing Kabiyesi, as much as I know him, that might not be deliberate or even intentional. Honestly, sure, Kabiyesi may indeed have reason, because feelers we are getting, or feelers we got was that Oni was actually exhausted and tired after returning from being with his royal friend, the Etsu Nupe, you know, where as usual, Kabiesi played his fatherly role at the digital space capital function. Yeah, I'm sure some of you must have seen some of those videos. This man is so restless in a good way, in a very a good way. Is someone that is so I don't know the right words to it, but he's almost so restless, restless with trying to do stuff, trying to empower people, trying to create uh, 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 employment opportunities, trying to make things happen, just to make things happen. And he does that effortlessly. Sometimes I wonder the kind of energy that this man has got, because he's ubiquitous. He's everywhere. Sometimes you watch a video of him, maybe in Lagos today, and the next thing is that you are seeing him in maybe Akure or even Sokoto. The man, his upward mobility level is something else. So what we are hearing at this time is that obviously at the time that Olori actually made those calls to him, he apparently just returned back from that function. And you guys are aware that he has been moving a lot these days. He has been attending a lot of functions. Okay, so apparently he came back from this what do you call it now? This Sunupe digital uh, function occasion, and this man is human. Obviously, maybe he got so tired, he got so exhausted, and he might have slept off, and he needed to just catch that rest. We from what we are getting, okay, he got tired and he couldn't return the call, and instead of Olori actually to maybe be a bit temperate with her submissions, she fled up, she started ranting, she started, using so many disparaging words, which connotes desperation, frustration, and possibly regrets. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. Okay? So for crying out loud, let's give this man, Kabisi, his well-deserved respect for once, for God's sake. He's only human, and he sure requires rest as well, like every one of us. Yes, sometimes I've wondered severally how he navigates his way with this avalanche of trips and still be able to attend to family matters, especially consummation of his marriage to these several women. Honestly, I wonder because we're not talking about one Olori here, we're not talking about two, we're not talking about three, and there is our Queen of Queen, there, Queen Naomi. So sometimes I really pity him, but it's like he's got the energy levels, he's got the capacity to handle all of this. And that is why things seem to be always going well with him in all he does. Okay? So you have to be superhuman to do all of this. I tell you. And I think this is one superhuman that we have. Okay? So surprisingly, Kabiesi, combines whatever he's doing so well. Okay, so for me, I don't think it's enough for Olori Ashley to come out and be ranting and be expressing things that connotes regret, frustration, and the rest. Because Kabiyesi, people need to understand him. People have to be patient with him. But for me, I'm not trying to sympathize with Olori Ashley here because, like I said, I don't want to go back to the foundation of her coming to the palace because a lot of you are already aware. So she should just keep her calm and let peace just reign the way it is right now. Okay. So this is what we heard at this time allegedly, and I felt like I am obliged to bring into your doorstep almost immediately. Okay. So for those of you who are listening to the sound of my voice at this time, who have listened to this story, what do you think about this? Do you think Kabiyesi purposely did not want to return the call, or it was actually because he was really exhausted and he was waiting for time to call her back? Well, I don't live with Ooni Of Ife. I don't stay in the palace. I'm not related to any of them, so I wouldn't know as well. And that is why I've come out to say, if this story we are hearing is true, then it is what it is. So please go and leave your comment. I want to hear what you think about this story. Okay. Thank you so much for many of you have been liking our stories. Many of you have been sharing our stories. Many of you are subscribing, and those of you who keep returning and returning, you guys are the reason why we are still here. Okay, so I'm going to see you soon. God bless you. Bye bye.